Tonight I'll be staying at the Ibis Budget Hotel on Crown Point Road in Leeds. Let's pop inside and see what it's like.
I'm staying on the 8th floor, and just look at that view.
Okay, so this is inside my room. This is a standard double room at the Ibis Budget in Leeds. It's like most Ibis Budgets, the classic Ibis Budget room. Very simple, basic, but it's clean. It's got ensuite bathroom. It's basically got everything you need, but without any of the frills that you'd get in a more expensive hotel. It's a good value accommodation option. This is our view from the 8th floor. Excellent view of Leeds city centre. So you can see how close we are to the bus station. Just behind there is John Lewis department store and the rest of the city behind there. And to your left, you have Leeds Minster and a great little pub called the Palace. Okay, so the facilities inside the room, it's fairly basic. You've got double bed. You've got a spot up on the corner where you can hang some clothes. Not a proper wardrobe, just a stick with some coat hangers stuck to it. A small flat screen TV. A work desk. Sink area to wash up. Then you have a separate toilet and shower. So a proper shower. It just comes with one little bottle of all-purpose hair, body and hands wash. So no separate conditioner there. You've got the same thing in the sink as well, and a little shelf under the sink. So basically, it's the basic things that you need. There's no ironing facilities. There's no tea and coffee making facilities. Just basically a place to sleep and a place to wash up. But you do have a work desk, which is better than you get at some other places in the similar price range. Okay, so how does the bed feel in the Ibis Budget Hotel? It's a fairly good quality bed. It doesn't feel quite as good as some of the other hotel beds I've stayed on, but it's still a fairly comfortable bed. I've always had a comfortable night's sleep in an Ibis Budget, but then mattresses are something that are sort of more subjective, and not everyone may have the same experience as myself. But yep, I think it's a comfortable enough bed, considering it is a budget hotel.
Guests staying at the Ibis Budget Hotel get free wireless internet access. Let's see how fast it is. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's fast enough to do most things you need. The hotel has a bar and a restaurant on the ground floor. While it's not as much atmosphere as the pub across the road, it is nice having the option of staying in to have a drink.
If this hotel was a biscuit, what biscuit would it be?
If this hotel was a biscuit, it would be a custard cream. Like this hotel, a custard cream is cheap and basic, but sometimes that's all you need. A hotel's location, surrounded by busy roads, can make it feel like you're staying in the middle of a roundabout. Let's take a look at the immediate vicinity around the hotel. The hotel is just on the fringe of the city centre. Immediately ahead you can see Leeds Minster. There's also quite a good pub just across the road called the Palace, and in that direction about a 5-minute walk takes you to the Leeds bus station. Other than that, the immediate vicinity around the hotel doesn't look particularly inviting. You've basically, on this traffic island, surrounded by busy roads, and you just have a bunch of modern blocks of flats around here. Nothing particularly charming about this neighbourhood, but it is convenient to the rest of Leeds. It's really not that far to walk right into the city centre. It's only about a 10-minute walk to the Royal Armouries Museum. Just pop down here, down Neptune Street. And that big building you can see right ahead of us is the Royal Armouries Museum, and there will be a bridge somewhere that will get us across the river. Ah, there it is. It's quite a nice walk because it's relatively close to the River Aire. There are some nice walk alongside the river. So you've got the Royal Armouries to your left, and this area where you find the Royal Armouries is Leeds Dock. It's mostly a residential area, but you also have some nice shops and restaurants around here as well, and the little yellow ferry boats that Leeds have that take you to Granary Wharf near the railway station also depart from here.
Now let's take a look at the area on the other side of the hotel as we walk towards the city centre.
If you cross the road from the hotel, that will take you to a street called the Calls. You just walk down the Calls for about 15 minutes. It will take you right to the railway station. Although this street is mostly residential, it does have a few nice independent bars and cafes that are well worth visiting as well. Now, if you turn right at this spot here, it will take you onto Brigate, which is Leeds' main shopping street. Now, the main shopping area doesn't start for a little bit further, maybe another 5 minutes, but it's a nice way to come if you want to get to the main shopping area of Leeds. Although there are quicker ways to get there, and you can generally get to Brigate in about 12-minute walk from the hotel. It also takes you past the Corn Exchange, which is one of Leeds' big sites. It's well worth popping inside. It's a very impressive interior. If you were going to take the more direct route into the city centre, you would walk up this street here, and that would take you past Leeds City Markets, which is definitely worth a visit. In these markets, Marks and Spencer's had their first store with a market stand inside here, and that's where the department store chain started out. And I think the nicest way to approach Brigate is by walking through the Victoria Quarter, which is, in my opinion, is the second most beautiful shopping centre in the world. And that takes you to Brugate, which is the main shopping street in Leeds. Now, in the middle of the day, this does get very busy, but obviously it's not going to be quite so busy at 7:30 on a Saturday morning. So there you go. Although the immediate vicinity around the hotel is not particularly inspiring, you don't have to walk far to get to some very interesting areas. Lovely walk along the coals to get into the city centre, or you can take a slightly shorter route, and that brings you right into the centre of Leeds, which, in my opinion, is the best shopping city in England outside of London. So it's definitely worth a visit, and certainly not the greatest place to stay, but one of the best value places to stay in Leeds. It's the morning after my night at the Ibis budget Crown Point Road Hotel in Leeds, and I can say I enjoyed my stay here, and I'd be happy to stay here again. Although the room is basic and it lacks some amenities like tea and coffee making facilities in the room and conditioner in the bathroom, it otherwise has everything I need at a reasonable price. While the immediate vicinity around the hotel may not seem that appealing, there's a great pub across the road. Leeds City bus station is just a few minutes walk away, and most of Leeds' main points of interest are an easy walk from the hotel.